88 Films.
What's up?
Bueno.
We're back. Another Saturday. Good morning. Hopefully you're having your coffee.
Sound of Johnny. Wake the people up.
There you go. Wake them up. We're back. Another week. Another steady week at the store. Pretty big week actually for us. I underplay everything, but it's our 3rd-year anniversary
Sound the joint for that.
in 2 days. But
But
yeah,
today
so-
inside the store.
today inside the store, we're doing a big celebration. We're showing love to the community, how we always do. Things don't change. I always tell Rob the running joke how every day is Black Friday at Syndicate.
TBH.
Because we put out steals every day. But we're doing a big sale today, so if you guys can come by, pull up. Shoes as cheap as $30. And that's the cheapest shoe because it's our 3-year anniversary. Get it? 3 years.
Boom.
So stay tuned for that. You probably already saw the post. Maybe you might be lined up. Maybe you won't. Who knows? But thank you guys for the continuing support.
Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, no party this year. Everybody keeps asking me that. Why no party? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, look, bro, I just got back from Barcelona. I'm fried. This year's actually been a very busy year for us because of our expansion to the interwebs. So I feel like we're always busy.
Doing other things on the back end.
Yeah, it's all a lot of back end work that obviously nobody sees. But yeah, I mean, pretty solid year. In my opinion, I thought I was going to close the store in 3 years. We're still
Dog.
here. But yeah, it's cool. I think one of the coolest things for me personally for the store is how the logos are standalone logos now. That's very important. Like the museum logo and the Ruby's logo, establishment logo, whatever you want to call it. They're known, and it's cool when people send me pictures of a random person wearing it and they're like, yo, Cindy, blah, blah, blah. To me, that's my dopamine right there. Where I'm just sick. Sometimes people need interaction. No, I just need somebody to send me a picture of Cindy, and I'm like, fuck, fire. Like the R&B one I was telling you
Bro,
about.
that shit is hilarious.
It's like a 6'4", 6'5" dude. He comes in a lot, size 14. I don't know his name, but he was wearing our orange hat, the brightest hat we fucking have. And he was at the R&B, and he had he has an artist or something like that. I'm not too familiar with it, but everybody just kept sending, because this was huge. He's 6'5".
Yeah, he's a unit.
So
Yeah.
everybody just kept sending me a picture of this guy, yo, who is this guy? He's in Cindy, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, that's the guy who comes to the store, he comes in pretty often. So to me, that's cool. That's probably my biggest cool thing about 3 years.
Yeah, it's dope to be able to fucking just go somewhere or even just fucking have people hit us like, bro, just saw y'all somewhere. I was like, what? And then it's like, bro, because again, you just never expect people to always just be fucking with the stuff that we do sometimes. You know what I mean? Yeah, we like it, but it doesn't mean that everybody else is gonna like what we like.
Yeah.
So the fact that they do, it's definitely dope and appreciated.
Yeah, and then it's the expansion of the community and the extension of the community. I mean, that's probably the same fucking word. But but it's cool. For example, Ron and the guys, the Friday Hoops guys, they started a basketball team, and they're called the Cindy Fit All Stars. And I had no play. He just hit me up, and he was just like, hey, is it okay? And I'm like, bro, I don't give a fuck. That's sick. So I'm making them jerseys, and it's a different team from the original team that we had that fucking blew up.
So what do they play or what?
They play at La
where?
Mirada on Thursdays. They wanted me to be part of the team, but I can't because I work Thursdays, and La Mirada is low-key a mission.
Especially with traffic.
With traffic late, I can't make it, buddy. But it's cool, and now they're going to have jerseys. And now for Fridays, I made extra set of jerseys. So then the people that come play Fridays can wear a Cindy jersey, and we take a team picture after, kind of like how we do for the Run Club, but it's going to make it more tight knit. You come and you take a picture in the jersey, blah, blah, blah. Some of the guys will have their personal jerseys for the team, but I'm going to do the extra step where I'm going to bring a bag with the jerseys. You wear them, take them home. I have wash and dryer. I'm
Yeah,
I'm going
do
to
the
take
whole
I'm going
nine.
to take all the little extra steps,
Do the whole line, yeah.
Yeah.
The jerseys are gonna stink.
Yeah, bro, I be stinking. So, but it's again, it's
Instead
the
of funny.
extension. One of our homies, Henry, he ran the Long Beach Marathon this past
Yeah.
weekend, or was it a half or a full? I think
They
it was
did
a
both.
full.
They
Yeah,
did both,
but
yeah.
he ran it, And then a lot of people were like, "Oh, we seen the Cindy guy with the Cindy hat, blah blah blah." So now like Henry is like an extension of Cindy Fit because this fool goes every Monday and Wednesday and he kills it. And then another guy came to me. I always forget his name, but he's from Downey, and he ran it too. And he was just like, "Yo, bro, I saw that he was wearing the hat. Like I ran it too." And I'm like, "Oh, you know, like congratulated him. You know, like I can't do a fucking marathon. I can't even do a half. You know."
Bro, it's a lot of mental. Like that shit hurts. It's hard. Like
I kind of love how everybody's just like, "You'd crush it," and I was like, "Fuck no." Like I wouldn't
No.
even attempt it.
the
or-
most I've done is 10, and I never want to do it again.
The most I
might,
did
but,
was 18, and I literally had to get a cab home because I couldn't walk.
Yeah. Nah,
I got a cab. I ordered Sedell's. I laid at home all day.
just
hurt.
plopped around.
But yeah, no, I mean the community is really sick. I fuck with it heavy.
That's dope. Even when the one that Martin did, he sent you the tank.
Hmm?
The one that Martin did, where he sent you the tank to put the logo on it. Or Martin, well, I want to say his last name, Ariola.
Oh yeah, Martin, Martin. I was like, which Martin? Martin. No, yeah, no. So he sent me a tank because he was doing his own race,
Yeah.
and he's just like, yo, like I want to rep Cindy. He's like, can you print syndicate on this? I'm like, send it in. So he mailed it in, printed the shit, sent it back to him with like a little bit of a care package, socks, hat, and everything. And he ran a race with repping Cindy.
Yeah.
So to me, stuff like that, I don't mind. Like when people hit me up and they're like, "Yo, can you do this for me?" I'm like, "Bet." I literally say, "Just send it to the shop. I got you. You know, I'll figure it out."
No, yeah, that's cool. Because, yeah, it's again like shit that you don't think people would be down to do or like have that in their mind, and they're fucking like, all right, cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool. It's cool that definitely people fuck with it. And it just continues to grow slowly and steady.
Yeah, man. Fucking, yeah, even today, or fuck, well, technically it's 2 weeks ago now, the fucking little surprise of the hockey drop.
Oh yeah.
And it was quick and easy. And if you got one, fire. If you didn't, sorry.
Very limited. So don't feel like, damn, they sold out. Like, I'm not gonna bamboozle you guys. It was a very small run, but it's a good jersey. Whoever got it, you're gonna be very happy with it.
Facts.
Everybody keeps asking me about Cindy Fit on like who, like if people can go, and I'm like, bro, just pull up. I don't know why people always ask me that. They're like, yo, like how much is it? Like, can I go? Like, how do I get there? Like, not like how, but like, am I allowed to go? And I'm like, bro, just come.
Yeah, even up until recently when we was talking about it the other day, I didn't know that people charge for like clubs and shit like that.
Yeah, I seen that. I seen people charge.
That's crazy. But now it's cool, like, because every week you never know who's going to pop up and like who's going to be down to fucking do the run and everything. And it's easy. It's like, bro, like we take breaks. Like it's not like nonstop. And then once people go and they see that, they're like, oh shit, like
No,
it
yeah.
shows like anybody could pull up and it's not what you think it might be. Like we're not all the fastest. We're not all the fucking most athletic. Like, bro, it's just a bunch
At
of
the end of the day,
random
I'm just trying to
people.
get a good little workout.
Yeah.
That's all it is. It's nothing, no content. I mean, we do content here and there, but it's not like,
Like, oh shit, let me film this whole thing while
no,
we're
not
doing
even
it.
that. Like,
Yeah.
it's just like, it's not for a look or nothing. It's like at the end of the day, even if it wasn't for Cindy Fit or anything, I would still be running by myself, you know? Like, and
Yeah.
I think that's another thing how I figure out the route for like the Wednesday run because I
Mhm.
run by myself and I'm like, all right, cool. This is like, this route makes sense. And I'm trying to like find routes that make sense where we're not in the way of cars too much.
Yeah, or it's
Because
not
like
dangerous.
I see sometimes like I'm pretty aware, but some people are not aware. So like I know when a car's coming or I could hear it, blah blah blah. But some people, you know, some people run with headphones, blah
Mhm.
blah. So I always like run routes and like I'm like, all right, cool. This is how I extend this route to make it now a 6 miler and instead of a 5 or a 4. So yeah, so I think I've developed pretty good routes where everybody feels comfortable. And even if you get left far behind, one of us is gonna go back and get you and run with you. And yeah, and then on the track, it's just everybody's there, you know. So it's like two different types of workouts. But yeah, for those wondering, just pull up. Or doesn't matter, pull up. You'll have a good workout. You have a good time. You meet new people, you know.
Yeah, it's always fun to just do it and fucking just do something different too. If running's not your thing, it's like, bro,
Yeah, even like the week that we were gone, like I thought it was cool that like these guys were like, oh, we want to do it. I'm like, all right, bet, do it. You know, like like me and Guns aren't there, but like yeah, that's fine. You know, so
Yeah.
like it was the community that like took care of that. You know,
yeah,
Like DC went on Wednesday, and then the Monday one, it was just all them by themselves. So the fact that they like even the Monday one is a little bit of a challenge because they had to not develop, but think of like how are we gonna run today? Because Monday it's different circuits.
Like, oh, we're gonna do this one
Yeah,
today,
yeah.
or we're gonna
So
do
that was
this.
cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, pull up today, good shoes, maybe a surprise drop. Who knows? I don't know. 3 years of Cindy. All right, now back to podcast topics. 3 year, I need to talk about. Oh, somebody asked me, what's another career that you would pursue if it wasn't for sneakers?
Yo, me first. Okay,
Yeah,
I got you. Honestly, I wouldn't mind doing real estate. Seems fun. Also, like a little bit of a headache, but I think it's a good challenge, and I think it's something that relates to what kind of we already do, just on a bigger scale, because you're dealing with
More
fucking
money.
houses and more bigger things and everything like that. I've always been intrigued by it, and I still wouldn't mind like looking into it. And who knows, maybe that might be something to do after however long this lasts and everything, you know. Yeah, I've always wanted to do real estate just because it seems intriguing to me, and yeah, like I feel like it's something that somebody always needs a crib, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, that's the way I view shoes. Somebody
Yeah.
always needs shoes
Yeah.
somehow.
Yeah, because I've always thought about stuff that like just like that, where it's just something somebody always needs. But I think with a house, even though the rates and everything changes, and it's always something that you know it's gonna have a market for, depending on where you're at or whatever, or like how deep you are into it. So I would say that for me for sure. And then even just like random stuff, like I wouldn't mind learning how to grow food, just because I don't know. Sometimes I feel like everything we eat from fucking places is all like processed bullshit, crazy shit inside of it. And like sometimes I'll go through phases where I was like, okay, I'm gonna try not eating this, see how my body reacts to it, or vice versa. Stop this, blah blah blah. And I've always been curious, like, damn, what if I grow my own food? Would it be a completely different thing than doing either of those things? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because sometimes, I mean, they tell us something, but it might not even be that because you don't know what it's used to grow or blah, blah, blah. Like, you know, it's a whole thing. So I think that would be another thing I wouldn't mind doing. Like, I don't know if it's considered agriculture.
Agriculture.
Yeah, like something of that magnitude. That'd be cool. What about you?
I'd probably just go in the field.
What you mean? What you
Like-
mean? What field?
Like Army, Marine,
Oh, full
Air
on, like
Force.
fucking damn.
or cop or firefighter. Most likely firefighter. Nobody hates firefighters. Yeah, one of those.
Firefighter seems cool.
That's still something I want to pursue when I'm like 35.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, yeah, it seems like a cool thing. I mean, I'm not sure. Are their schedules similar to like a cop where they have to spend like certain
Yeah.
amount of days?
One of our homies, Giuseppe, he does it,
Oh shit.
and he's like, "Oh, I have to do this, blah blah
Uh-huh.
blah." And it's mad funny because he always tells me like, "Oh, I wish I was doing what you're doing." I was like, "Bro, I wish I was doing what you're doing. Like, I'd rather be over there, you know." I don't know. I just feel like, or something like very hands on like that. Obviously, that's hands on as much as it gets. But yeah, I think
Uh-huh.
yeah, you know, somewhere in that field.
Yeah.
I think that's what I would want to do. I don't know, maybe just study something, study about space. I like space. That's like one of my dreams.
Like go to space?
Go to space or fly an airplane.
Yeah, see, that's one thing.
Huh? The second one?
Flying an airplane's easy?
Flight simulator?
The second one's easy.
Yeah.
Just go to Torrance and I can sign you up and
All right, there
they'll
you
let
go.
you fucking
Oh, word?
take a little spin.
Oh,
You have to
shit.
fake like you're gonna sign up for the school,
Uh-huh.
but they'll let you they'll let you taxi. Like if you know how to drive, like they'll let you like take off.
Oh shit.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh no, but I would want to like fly planes.
No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
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 I get you in there, pa. Don't
All
trip.
right.
Just
Well,
don't
shit.
take it down.
No,
Even
I'm
if it
not.
don't
I'm
be
not.
like,
No, bro, no. I'd be a good pilot. You know who was learning how to be a pilot, but I don't think he's doing it no more? Levi. The old
Oh,
round
he
two
was,
intern.
yeah.
He was learning how to be a pilot.
Gotta follow up with him on that.
Yeah, I think he works at Luke's now.
Oh, word?
Like
Oh, shit.
actually works there.
Oh shit.
All right, this is a good one. If you can pick somebody at the shop to put a fit for you, who would it be?
Damn. Current? What the fuck?
I'd honestly pick myself.
Damn. That's a cheat code. It's like, it's like, I don't
Can't
know.
pick yourself, King. Come on. Matthew. Matthew.
What the fuck?
Matthew knows you better than most. No cap.
Maybe.
Willie. Big Wilkie.
Nah, Willie's gonna put me in basketball shorts and fucking a Cindy tee.
He's gonna make you look like, what's his name?
Basketball shorts is crazy.
Okay, yeah, this just in, guys. Dodgers are down 6-zip.
6-zip?
Word?
6-zip.
Oh, shit.
At Chavez Ravine up here, so we're gonna be.
I take back what I said in the last pod.
We're gonna see a lot of sad Dodger fans.
Aw, man.
Damn.
6-0?
About to come
Fuck.
down
let me
here
see.
and cause
Bottom
a
of the
ruckus.
first. Bottom of the first, 6-zip.
Cool. I'm gonna say Angel.
Wow, Worky's a good one.
Angel put that
You
shit
see?
on.
Worky's a good
Is
one.
he?
Fuck,
Yeah,
I
say
can't say
Angel,
Worky
bro.
now.
Yeah, I'll say Angel, bro. I think I'll put that shit on.
Big Matt.
Yeah, I guess Matt. Hey, but Matt's either gonna have me looking like myself or freaky. There's no in between.
Nah, he's gonna put you in some crazy
He's
ass
gonna put me in some
bees
chubby sneakers.
with some freaky print pants.
Yeah, fuck, I'm cooked.
My second choice is Cardenas. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, Cardenas is safe.
Yeah. Just
Fuck,
to
I'm
say,
cooked. Matt's gonna. Fuck, man.
Matt's gonna put some freaky shit on.
All right, next question. Where'd you go? All right, this is a good one. Top 3 Jordan 1s that's not a fragment.
That is a good one. Damn.
Chicago 1,
2015.
2015. Off-White Chicago 1. And
Okay.
either of the 2001 Royals or Breds. One or the other.
That's not bad.
Those would be my top 3. And what's funny, even Luke mentioned it. He was like, 2001s were your fragments before fragments. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. Like, I used to run fragments. Well, we all used to run for fragments. Royal ones or mainly Bred ones.
Yeah.
2001s.
Brad ones were a little bit easier to get. The Royals wouldn't come around as often.
Yeah. But yeah, 2001, they're uncomfortable now.
Fuck yeah. You got to change the insole. And even then, it's not guaranteed that it's going to be valid.
Yeah. But yeah, 2001 would be up there. But yeah, Chicago 1, 2015, Off-White Chicago, and one of the 2001 Jordan ones.
I would do the 2015, the Royal 01, and then, damn, if it's something where I could just get like any pair again, like no big deal, I'll probably choose like the Travis Mocha High,
That's a good one.
just because I think it's a solid mix of each. Where
I can't believe I left the Unions out.
bro, I thought about the Unions, but the Chicago's close enough. So is the Royals.
Yeah.
Just need something different. But yeah, the Off-White, if the toes weren't freaky and get ripped up, that would have been on the list.
Next question. What do you wish you knew back in the day that you know now?
Fuck, what certain things would go for. Just like, yeah, I think that's the thing. I don't know. That's a very tricky question because there's so many things you could say to that to where it's like, oh, I wish I knew the lottery numbers to this day. Like the powerhouse, you know what I mean?
If we're talking like business sense,
Yeah.
I would say I kind of like that we learned everything on the go
Yeah.
because it's like everybody always asks us how come you didn't open a store after Riff, and I was like, bro, like I didn't know what taxes were, like as in like
Yeah.
you had to pay them quarterly, blah blah blah. Even round 2, like I feel like we learned so much through all
These
our
different places.
all our higher ups in every location, or even just friends and blah blah blah. So I feel like it's not like we learned it by ourselves.
Not for sure. And even just like, not that we're like super comfortable or stable, but like being able to go through all those things to understand having to adjust when things aren't what they used to be, or like when things slow down during certain times, or like, because not everybody knows how to do that. Like to be able to say like, oh shit, like,
Adapting is hard.
yeah.
I
that's
feel like
why.
a lot of people weren't with adapting, and like I think a place that I really appreciated to let us adapt was round 2 because like they trusted us.
Yeah.
So like round 2 kept up with a lot of trends, and like
yeah.
taking in certain things, they wouldn't be like, why'd you take that? Like sometimes at the start they'd be like, why? But then they trusted because it was selling.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like we were very tapped in, and then everybody was tapped in. Like I feel like the original like round 2 crew, like they all kind of had different things they were into. So
Yeah.
they would bring in a different type of clientele into the store each,
Mm-hmm.
where you experimented with taking in certain brands, certain pieces of clothes, etc. And I think that was cool. And I think us allowing ourselves to adapt and not be against, like, oh, like for example, like Asics or like running
Yeah.
shoes. We're like, oh, running shoes are in. Fuck,
Yeah.
I can't take those in. No, like you gotta adapt, you know. And even ourselves wearing them and stuff like that. Like you have to be okay with adaptation. And it's like, I don't want to say it's faking it, because you do get in. And a lot of people always ask me about why are runners in, and I was like, most of the sneakerheads that we're older now.
Mm-hmm.
Like
You want something more comfortable.
we want something more comfortable that we could wear every day. So that's why we like New Balance. That's why we like Asics. And
Mhm.
it's like, I still love the other stuff, but it's honestly, man, uncomfortable.
Yeah, to where you might see me wear that here and there, but for the most part, you're gonna see me wearing something that
Like a runner.
yeah, because also we're on our feet a lot, we move around a lot, and even like you were saying earlier, like perfect example, like the pair you're wearing, you've been wearing them pretty frequently recently, and there's no fucking creases on them. It's the first time you're wearing them.
I think that's like, see me, I'm very picky with like creases on shoes. I fucking hate creases on shoes. Like I fucking hate it. Like, and it's like, call me a little brat, but you know, like I just hate looking at it. And
Yeah.
the fact that like runners don't crease as easy as a Jordan, that's why I like runners. But the thing is, it's like it ties into the next question. It's like we've always been pretty fit.
Yeah,
We've always been into like taking care of ourselves,
Maintaining.
like maintaining yourself in a good weight. So runners have always been in our rotation. Like at Riff, we used to run free run 2.0s.
Yeah.
What else?
the lunars, the
Lunars,
mercurials, the
Mercurial.
freaking
Anything that was like runner wise, we would wear for the most part. And then
Yeah.
same thing, Ed, our boss there,
Mhm.
he would always wear cool runners with like fashion, like
Yeah.
as in like with Dior jeans, blah blah blah. So we're like, oh, that looks sick. So like that was like a inspo to us. We're like, oh, we could wear Dior jeans with like the hottest runner right now.
Yeah, where it's okay to like step outside your usual box and try some other shit.
Yeah, and then so that's the next question. Is like everybody always asks me like, what's your workout routine? What's your workout regimen? I was like, bro, it's just get up and do it. Like I do have a pretty, I don't want to say intense, but then to some people it is. But I work out for like an hour tops.
Same.
Like I just do enough where I'm like, all right, cool, I'm consistent, just because we're so busy. So like the best shape I've ever been in my life was when I was unemployed. Like when I was unemployed, I low-key had the gutters. Like my abs were showing. My biceps were pretty big. It's an inside joke. I call them the cum gutters. The V line.
The V line, bro. That shit sounds crazy.
Shout out Tim.
Bro, those are crazy bars.
That's what Tim. I remember one time. The story behind that line is, so we have our homie. Fuck, what's his name? Sam.
What's
Sam Durick.
oh my
the
god,
white kid.
yeah. Fun.
And this fool, like, he was low key ripped, bro. But
Yeah.
he just looked skinny to us that we're like, oh, it's just Sam.
Yeah.
And then one day, he's at round 2 and he's like trying on this vintage tee. He takes off his shirt and this fool was ripped, bro. Like he was more ripped than we expected.
Yeah.
And then Tim goes like, damn, you got cum gutters.
Dog. That shit sounds crazy. What the fuck?
And I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, he has the V line. And I was like, what?
Yeah, this shit right
So
here.
that's where the origin of cum gutters.
That's a crazy bar, bro.
But yeah, so bro, this fool was ripped. Like I was like, holy shit. And it was funny because he always like used to love Brad Pitt and Flight Club Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
And after that, he started like taking his look like with the spiky hair,
The little blonde.
with like the little short tee.
Yeah.
But yeah, Sam was the one that Sam Durick was the one that, well, Tim was the one that originated cum gutters. But yeah, being unemployed and working out, bro, I used to work out like 3 times a day, you know, like.
You just have the whole day to rest and
Yeah, I have the whole, I mean, I'm unemployed.
Yeah,
I have
you got
nothing to
much
do,
else
you know,
going on.
like I'm just going to work out, cook at home, do nothing. But yeah, no, I mean, well, now we're so fucking busy that like to me, an hour tops, 10-minute warm up with like a Stairmaster or a bike.
Yeah.
I lift pretty heavy, I would say, for my size. Like on the bench, I think I'm at 225. And the one thing I'm proud of is that I'm at 225 firm now. Like before, it was like fuck, like 2 or 3 reps. Now I'm like, all right, 5, 6.
Do it consistently.
Yeah, now it's like my consistent weight, but in reality, like I just do enough. A plate is good. A plate and a quarter is good. Squats, I don't really do too much squats. I have this problem where like my legs blow up as soon as I do a squat. So I'd rather just do the leg press.
Yeah.
But I think I run more than anything.
Yeah, I don't like running, so low-key I only run like on Wednesdays, but I'll do cardio to warm up, like the bike or fucking Stairmaster also. And even when I do like workouts now, like if I do like 6 different sets, which usually takes me about an hour, I'm happy. Like it's just to get my day started, and I don't try to lift crazy. I don't try to fucking like go heavier. I just like happy the weight I am and fucking maintaining. But I do go to the gym like 4 to 5 times a week, which I think does make a difference.
Yeah, I saw some video talking about like if you can do this, like I gotta send this to you guys. But it was like if you can do this, you're better than like 90% health wise
Oh shit.
than like the world. And I was just like, damn, I could do all of them, maybe minus the deadlift because I don't deadlift.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like 10 things that you should be able to do if you
Sure.
want to be part of this like 5% or whatever's. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't lift too much as I used to, but now it's just all maintenance.
Yeah, and just maintaining clothes fit right, feel good. You know what I mean? Like nothing
Yeah, as long
too
as
crazy.
my clothes fit, I'm happy. Like, I'm
Yeah.
like, all right, bet. And I don't have a little gut. That's always the worst. But yeah, I think like for me, waking up and working out is the best thing. It just makes my day like feel like more accomplished.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
sweating, getting a good sweat. And it's all about getting a good sweat in reality, because there's sometimes where I'll work out and I won't sweat and I'll be like, that was terrible.
Yeah, it's like you force it, and it's just like you're not even all the way there.
Also,
with
but
it.
also taking your rest days. I think a lot of people like think like, oh, you gotta work out every day. And it's like, no, bro. Sometimes you do need rest, 2-3 days of rest, or 2 days. I take 2 days, but
No, especially if you go hard, like bro. Some weeks are busier than others, so your body will kind of tell you too, like, all right, you gotta chill out, bro. Need that reset.
another thing is working out. Somebody says like, how do you deal with people that doubted you and didn't believe in your visions? Just keep it pushing. Small, not even small in weight. Just keep it pushing. Like I feel like
It's part of life, bro.
it's part of life. You outgrow people.
Not everybody understands.
Not even understands. Just like it's just like you just keep it pushing. You know.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the biggest thing for me. Like when like the Sneaky League girls asked us if we have any beef, and we're just like, not that I know of. You know.
Nah, like bro, be in our own little world, and it's not to like take away from what anybody else is doing. It's just like being in your own lane is not that hard if you try. If you don't care about like negative
There's
shit,
no traffic
you know what
in
I mean?
my lane.
Yeah, you know
So
what
we
I mean.
like to say it. Like
Yeah,
we support everybody. It's another thing. Like we don't knock on anybody's hustle. You know. Like that's the point. Like yeah, you know. I think I've said it in podcasts before. Yeah, I'll make fun of things, you know, but that's just part of the culture, you know. I'm pretty sure we're in somebody's group chat getting made fun of, you know. But it's like I don't give a shit, you know. Like
yeah, it's just
you know,
just
like
fun and games. It's
I always
nothing
say that too.
serious.
Like I was like, I'm pretty sure somebody's looking at our jersey drop and being like, look at this shit, blah blah blah. It's like I like it. It's all that matters, you know. Like I don't care. There's probably people doubting me here and there, you know, and I'm just like, okay, like again, like doesn't matter, bro. At the end of the day, when you really simplify down life, nothing really matters. As long as you're healthy,
You're happy.
you're trying to achieve
Yeah.
happiness. Material things don't really matter, you know.
Facts.
Somebody, I always get this thing about my fucking haircuts and beard. They're like, damn, like you don't really give a fuck, and I was like, I don't care. Like like you're gonna accept me the way I am, you know. Like
Like, what's wrong with it? Like they think it's too much.
like
or
they're
what?
like clean up a little.
Man, these would tell you like
Yeah,
that. Like,
I remember one. It just happened to me at I went to Camp 4 because I go every Wednesday, first Wednesday of the month to their steak rice night, and I show up in sweatpants, white tee, these, and everybody's dressed up, and everybody's just looking at like I've literally like told my friend, I'm like, oh look, they just straight up made fun of me, like not made fun of me, but they looked at me like,
Like,
damn,
what
like,
the fuck are you doing here?
but
like
to
that?
me, it's just like, bro, this is I'm myself, you know. Like I'm not gonna dress up for anybody and be uncomfortable in my own clothes when I know that I'm comfortable in. There's times where like I've gone places and they're like, you can't come in like that. No. Thank you. Going home. I didn't even want to be here. I'm going home. Like it happens to me all the time where like I go underdressed or just dress however I want. And places are like, oh, there's a dress code. And I'm like, all right, thank you. I'm going home. You know, like I'm not going to, like it's happened to me more than not.
The
Where,
dress
like,
code thing is a trip now because especially, bro, like
somebody told me
nobody
my pants
cares.
were too baggy once. And I was like, all right, thank you, bro. I was like, thank you. I'm going home. And
No
like,
cap, they probably were, but not for them, you know?
But to me, most of the time, going out is a force for me where I don't really like going out too much. So, like, if you can save me the fuck, I'm going to drink 5 drinks and I wake up with a headache tomorrow, bet, you know, like. But I think with us, it's like we accept everybody. And if we're not accepted by everybody, we don't really mind, you know? So, like, there's never, like, I'm not a person where like, yeah, I'm gonna shove it down your throat and I'm gonna make you realize that you fucked up. No, I don't care, bro. There's no like vendettas. There's no nothing, you know. You either want to be part of the team or you don't. It's pretty easy.
Facts.
Yeah, so
Good
even
question.
like when people ask me about doubters, I was like, I don't even think I have any doubters. You know, like I'm pretty sure there is. Like I said, like group chat probably cooking,
Talk.
but to me it doesn't matter. You know, like. It's not that bad. It's not the end of the world. There's worse stuff going on in the world that you should be worried about than what Syndicate is doing in Chinatown.
TBH.
But yeah, I mean, there's no nothing. If I make fun of you, I'm sorry. It's just a joke, bro.
It's all fun and games.
It's all fun and games.
That's all it is.
Good question was somebody asked me what was the best advice you've gotten through the industry.
Me?
Yeah.
Damn, bro, that's a good ass question. Fucking, I don't know. Best advice I've gotten. I don't think I've ever gotten like more so advice, but just like direct advice, but just like lessons that I've learned through experiences. But I do feel like I guess the person that I feel like I did learn from the most was probably Ed from Riff. I feel like he kind of, at least for me, taught me a lot of different shit on like just the world that we're in, like, because I came into it just knowing about fucking shoes and not giving a fuck about nothing else really, but him fucking showing us like Japanese culture and like the way they do things, their swag and like other things in life that we weren't exposed to before at that time, and then just carrying it on in other things that I've done throughout my life. And then I guess one thing that somebody told me before that I do take now, and it does always circle back to me, is that no is never really no. Like, it might just be no at that time. Like, you might want something from somebody or something or a situation, and you may hear no at that time because maybe you called at the wrong time or you're talking to the wrong person, but everything always has an answer. You just haven't figured it out yet. So, yeah, I would say that's probably the one that sticks out to me the most now that I'm like thinking about it more and more, because it's true. Like, if you really want something, you're going to find a way to get it. Or like if you want to find an answer to something, like whatever the case may be, there's always a way to it. Like, no is not real. Like, if you put your mind to it, you will figure it out, and you just got to be persistent. Like, there's situational things where certain things require different ways of going about it, but yeah, no is fake. That's something I've learned that I think has always stuck with me. Like, no is not real. If you really want to do something, you'll find a way to do it. You?
I think it was all day.
Mm-hmm.
In New York, he saw the end, I would say.
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah.
around 2,
Uh-huh.
how I was getting treated, like how I was like kind of miserable at the end, like work wise.
Yeah, yeah.
And he would always say like, he's just like, he's like, become the business. He's just like, and you become bigger than the business. I forgot how he worded it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I have it right here. Find it. I think I literally made a post about it. I think. Where is it? A good friend of mine told me, don't run the business, become the business.
Mm.
That one was it. Because at that point, he saw like the days that I wasn't at round 2, it'd
It
be
was a
slow.
completely different thing.
He's just like, and he saw the days that I was there that it was just cracking, and
Yeah.
how like shit was getting done the right way,
Mm-hmm.
like money was being handled. Because at the end of the day, what people don't remember is don't remember because they didn't see it.
Mm-hmm.
We were dealing with like 30K in cash, 35K in cash in the
A
New York
day.
store daily,
Yeah.
like when it was like popping.
Like peak.
And the fact that he would literally see me do right with that, and like, you know, anybody else could have been like, oh, I'm a, you know, easy runoff, blah, blah, blah. And he would see me like split the numbers. He would see me send pictures to fucking Luke and everybody and be like, yo, like I'm buying this with my own money. Like just the way I was running everything in the back,
Mm-hmm.
he was just like, bro, this is crazy. Because he's just like he's like anybody else. He's just like, this is a lick.
They see something big in front of them and they're gonna
Yeah,
be like,
and then
yo.
he's like the fact that you like on your days off, you tell Dima like, "Yo, here's 25K in cash, spend it all." Like,
Yeah.
like don't waste, don't not think of buying anything tomorrow. Just
Yeah,
spend it
yeah.
on however you want.
Yeah.
So he just started seeing me how to like, pretty much, I guess, grow up business wise, where I was doing everything right and even doing like my side business and everything, and even like running before District Myths, like helping them out a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So he was just seeing me kind of like evolve, and he would always tell me, he was just like, bro, like as soon as you leave this store, it's cooked.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. Like, especially in like that setting, that a lot of people didn't realize the responsibility that it was, and like how much it was based on the person you are, and also the relationships that you hold, because that's what this whole thing is. It's all based on people trusting us to, one, sell us their stuff, as well as trusting us to be a reliable source to buy things from. And if we don't have the relationships that we have, none of this would be here. Like,
Yeah, because I remember even
Yeah.
there would be days where like I'm telling you, I would carry the money with me just
Uh-huh.
because I was like, the money's with me. I rather like, especially because at that point there was still a lot of break-ins and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Like they would always tell me like, why don't you leave the money in the store? And I'm like, I'd rather go down fighting with the money than the money just getting pickpocketed. You know, like.
Yeah.
But obviously I would go straight home and I wouldn't do anything crazy. But
No,
yeah, I remember like they started seeing that, and then all day was very observant of just how like I would move in that store
Yeah.
and how fast everything was. And he would just tell me like, bro, like you don't really think about what you're doing, but he's like, but you are becoming the business. And I was just like, I mean, I guess I didn't really care at that moment, but I was like, damn, this fool was right after everything unfolded, you know?
Yeah, it's just like sometimes even we talk about we do certain things and we go through certain like things even in here where we see certain items or like we have certain experiences like shit happening, and we don't ever like get caught up in the moment because we're always thinking about the next thing or whatever. But at the same time, it's like sometimes we got to step back and be like, oh fuck, like we really do a lot, or we really do like, not that we need the pat on the back or anything, but it's also to just take into consideration like there's a reason why we're where we're at and why it's not just any other person, you know what I mean? Like what
Bus-
we do is its own specialty too, you know? And like it's just remembering that we're here for a reason, you know?
Yeah, business wise, I feel like how do I say it? Like you gotta like be able to think that like, all right, cool, what is this decision gonna be worth it in 2 years or a year, blah blah blah. Like so sometimes when like I mean, again, it's growing up because sometimes when we were at Riff, we were kind of like assholes, and then you're like, you don't know what like that decision, and you know, again, like sometimes some people don't fuck with us because of a mean comment I made at Riff, you know, or blah blah blah. Like one of the biggest things is Zay and his brother. They said that I was mean as fuck to them at Riff.
Oh shit.
Yeah, like especially Big T. Yeah, I
Oh,
remember he
shit.
told me, he was like, bro, I thought you were a dick at Riff.
Fuck.
And then now his
Yeah.
brother works here, and they're always here helping out, hanging out.
Yeah.
But again, it's just like you never know. So they probably didn't feel as comfortable coming to Riff because I guess of that bad experience. But again, it's all part of growing up.
No, for sure. Because even us being in that situation, like, not to be rude about it, but like, they were just another customer to us, not thinking in the long run, or even just thinking that we would be in this fucking industry for as long as we've been at that. Like, where to them that moment stuck out because as a consumer, we talk about it all the time, where the way you get treated could determine whether you want to go to a place or not or whatever. And like people remember that, oh shit, I went here and nobody fucked with me.
Yeah, but I mean, it does happen because it happened to one of us at Riff's Black Friday sale. Like I think the only Black Friday sale they ever did, I think it was like 2009, 2008, if I'm correct, something like that. Me, Manny, and a couple of our friends like camped out. And I remember I got like neighborhood Supreme Chukka boots, like the black one. And I remember I forgot what Manny was trying on, but I still clearly remember I had checked out for mine.
Yeah.
And like everybody had checked out, and Manny I think was trying on, if I'm correct, olive nines. And obviously Manny's foot is a little wider, so he was trying on this shoe and going like this or something. And Ed, because Ed used to work the store,
You tweaked
he's
on
like
him.
he was just like, the point of the shoe is not to damage it,
Oh,
but he said
shit.
it so like dickishly that Manny just left the shoe there.
He was
He's like, I'm not buying this shit.
Damn.
And we left, and then but again, obviously they probably didn't care that they lost the sale because it was gonna sell regardless because it was super cheap.
Yeah,
But the
yeah.
point is that even when we all got hired, we joked around about that moment.
Yeah.
Like, bro, like I remember that day. Manny would always be like, "Yo, you were so mean to me," blah blah blah. But yeah, so then it's kind of the same story with like Big T and Zay. I didn't know Zay. I put it to the point where I didn't even remember them.
No facts. Like, and I get that. Like, because there's moments that I remember having too. Like, even just being an employee where I remember being an asshole, and it just like to me it resonates because it's like fuck, like this person probably never came back to the shop after that. You know what I mean?
No, it happens all the time. I mean, the fucked up thing is I always say it. It's so fucked when you're in this like position because when it happens the other way around, you just gotta take it in the chin.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like you just gotta like I remember at round 2, I clearly remember the day it was Black Friday. 10.5 Chicago Off-White one. I told the guy 1,400, and he said yeah, but I had told him 1,400 cash, 1,450 credit. Point is, he goes around the store, looks around, doesn't find the thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, here, I gave him 1,400 cash. He's like, you said 1,450, and I'm like, no, I said 1,400.
Yeah.
And then we go back and forth. He gets all mad, he gets all riled up,
Oh shit.
and he called me the F word.
Yeah.
And he can't say it now, bro.
Yeah, you can.
But whatever. So he called me that in front of the store, and guess what? I can't lose my cool. I'm just like, all right,
Yeah.
man, blah blah blah. And he was just like, we kept going back and forth, and then to the point where he was just like, oh, you racist for not giving me the 1,450, blah blah. But literally back and forth. Till one of the employees came out, and he was like, bro, I heard him. He was 1,400.
Yeah.
And the guy was just like, nah, 1,450, blah blah blah. And I my dick move was like, look, bro, 1,450. I was
Yeah.
like, I said it. I was like, you needed more than me, I guess.
Oh shit.
But I at that point, that was me being a dick.
And you like just being like, man, F
like,
this guy.
yeah,
whatever.
like here, if it's that serious, take it. But I was so mad because again, like this was screaming in the store, blah blah blah. And I at the end of the day, I'm portraying Sean and Luke and Chris's image that I
Yeah.
can't. That I'm just like, all right, cool. Like I gotta somehow take it, you know.
Nah, for sure. I mean,
And I never saw that guy ever again, which is crazy. But still, I was just like, he's probably remembering that I said you needed more than me, but he doesn't remember the fucking big spiel that he was doing at the store.
It's just that one thing that
It's
sticks
just that
out.
one thing, me just being like here,
Yeah.
and that was it. But again, it happens like it happens to us all the time where like somebody will come in here and then literally be like talk shit on the other end. But again, what can we do?
No, for sure. Where it's just like at the end of the day, like it's not that we're being fake, but we have to be professional about what we do because at the end of the day, we can control our actions and our emotions, but what other people do, unfortunately, like that's on them. And like,
Yeah, and they're gonna remember that one little thing. Like you
Yeah.
could do 100 good things, but that one bad thing you do is gonna stand out like a motherfucker, and that's all they're gonna remember.
oh, for sure. And that's another thing too, where even like it sounds crazy, but like in situations like that, we have more to lose than that person does.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%.
So
But yeah, again, it's just like just taking it to the chin, grain of salt, and keeping it pushing. And I think that's another thing is that we've been very like cool, calm, and collective about everything. Because sometimes you'll think about it, and there'll be situations where like, damn, like just like that, and it will be like, yeah, just like that.
yeah,
I
no,
mean-
for sure. And I think that's the same thing going back to like that's something that has been learned throughout the years to where even like from being at Riff, being like that, then even being at round 2 and still being an employee to where you're not like that as much, but you still kind of have your days where fuck, I'm having a whack day and you might have just caught me at the wrong time type shit. And you might say something that's a little bit out your neck, whatever, to where now it's like, fuck, you can't do none of that because, and it's not because you want to, but it's just like the
No,
professionalism.
sometimes people know how to press your buttons.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
you just gotta be like,
You just got to phase it out.
no, yeah, phasing it out. And
Yeah.
again, like I see it all the time on like inspirational quotes. They're like everybody has a bad story
Yeah.
or a sad story, but what are you gonna do about it? And it's
Yeah.
true. Like, you know, like you could make. I could run around and be like, "Oh, have pity for me," but it's just like, bro, no. Like when I really think about it in this for this industry, I was just like, bro, even like let's say if I was just an employee of Syndicate and not an owner, I'd be like, oh damn, I don't have it too bad, you know? Like there's people that have it way worse, and I think that's why I feel like I can adjust to the different lifestyles of like, oh, this month is not good, I can't do nothing this month. Oh, this month, oh yeah, I could take a little trip this month.
Yeah.
And some people just want that little trip every month, and it's just like, no, you got to buckle down and work, you know? Like for example, this weekend everybody kept inviting me to the Dodgers game to blah blah blah, and I'm just like, I literally told them like, bro, like not to be. And it's funny because they just think like, oh, you're a business owner, you're rich, and it's just
Yeah.
like, nah, bro, I don't have money to spend
Yeah.
especially after this trip.
You just got back from a trip, like, and
Yeah.
it doesn't mean that, okay, I'm ready to do the next thing. Like, fuck that. Like,
Yeah, or even like going out and all that stuff is just like you gotta know when to like lock in and when you can have fun. And I think that's another thing. Like for us too, it's just like, all right, cool. This month we can play around with more money, or this month we have to buckle down and actually make some money.
yeah, like we know fucking end of this month, sales taxes due.
Yeah.
So, got to be a little bit tighter, but understanding that and having that discipline too, because that's, again, part of adjusting that. It's not always the easiest thing, but
I mean, and we saw it with like our higher ups at other stores where like they were just like, I mean, obviously it was a different time,
yeah.
but even like Luke will tell me like, oh, I learned so much. And this is the business owner of Round 2 telling me that he learned so much while he was there to now opening his own store. And at the end of the day for us, it's like, it's just a good memory. Like where we're like, oh, okay, we can do this or we can't do that.
Yeah, no, for sure. And just, I don't know, like I'm grateful for it all, just because, again, like we wouldn't be here in this position if it weren't for those experience and opportunities, because thankfully we were able to learn from each and help use that to be where we are and going on third year, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I think like establishing the store has definitely been a very, very like not easy thing to do, I would say. But
No.
it's just about staying consistent and keeping things afloat and keeping people entertained. But yeah, I mean, like going to the next question, like my goals is just to stay consistent, maybe buckle down a little more.
Mm-hmm.
But it's weird because a lot of people would view us and be like, how can you buckle down more? And I'm like, bro, sometimes I feel like I'm just fucking around.
Yeah, like the thing about it is, even when you're doing a lot, there's always room for improvement or some type of like, okay, I could do this to tighten up a little bit, like, and just having that there does make a difference, because sometimes you need that little extra kick in the butt, like, okay, like I feel like I'm in a funk, this is how I'm gonna get out of it, or
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Because that shit is important. Like, you need to be able to not switch up, but be able to find ways to keep yourself entertained and keep the ball rolling. Because it's all a mental thing too. Like sometimes we get bored or we just feel out of place. Nothing might be wrong, but it's just part of life. And
Yeah, just like little hiccups, or as like people like to say, Mercury retrograde.
what the fuck?
I always see that shit on my timeline. They're like, oh, Mercury's in retrograde. I don't know. I mean, yeah. But yeah, if you guys have any more questions, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys again for 3 years of good Cindy. And hopefully maybe number 4 next year.
We see you this year. Like, comment, and subscribe.
Peace.